welcome to the SEGA Lounge. We're live. If you're listening or watching over on RadioSEGA or YouTube or Twitch, welcome. This is episode 258. This is the SEGA Lounge, a podcast that is all about SEGA in all of its forms, the music, the games, the community, and all things in between, including SEGA news. And as per usual, this is the final show of the month of May. And so we're here to dedicate a whole episode to the latest, the most recent SEGA news in the SEGA world, in the SEGAverse. I don't know, maybe worldverse. I don't know. You get what I mean, right? Yeah. And to help me with that, I have my trusty friends. Here they are. We have Lime Reversed.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome. I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Excellent. And we also have SkillJim.
Hello. I'm good too, thank you. Yeah, turkey.
Excellent. Thank you guys for joining me. It's always a pleasure to have these monthly episodes with you guys, and we can talk about how SEGA is doing, and we will definitely talk about that in a little bit. How SEGA is doing, it's actually top of the list for our show. Meanwhile, we're going to address some news bits related to SEGA. So if you're watching live or listening on YouTube, Twitch, RadioSEGA, for example, if you're listening on the RadioSEGA side of things, you can go to radiose.ga/Discord, radiose.ga/Discord, and comment there what you think about what we're going to discuss. If you have any different opinions, how dare you? But if you do, please let us know, or some insight. If you're on Twitch, same thing, comment on the Twitch chat, just like Lewis. Hello, Lewis, from the Dreamcast Junkyard. Welcome. Yeah. Is here. Hello. Welcome in. YouTube, same thing. Leave a comment and I'll try to take a look at it and mention you while we're recording. If you're watching or listening to the recorded version of this, no worries. Just tweet at us or do a Blue Sky post at thesegalounge.com. Leave a comment on the YouTube video and leave a like, by the way. That helps us as well. So feel free to let us know what you think about all the stuff that we're going to discuss today. That said, I have a question for you guys. Okay, so I have a question. I mentioned it briefly, but we didn't really address it before the show. So we're entering the summer show season, summer game show season. We have like Summer Games Fest. We used to have E3, which is gone. Rip. But boo earns. But now we have Summer Games Fest. We have IGN have their own thing as well. We have Gamescom in August. Are you expecting anything specific from SEGA out of these events? And if so, what? Hard question. I know what you're expecting.
I reckon we're going to see something Jet Set Radio-y, because it seems like there's a little bit of a hubba surrounding Jet Set Radio currently. We've seen like a new logo, a few little event things that it's popped up at, the Las Vegas thing, bit of merchandise potentially. Just feels like, I don't know, they're building up to something. So hopefully, we'll finally see a bit of footage of that brand new Jet Set Radio game at one of these events.
I think that's a good shout.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that. Like, at least some sort of news, some sort of teaser or whatever, right?
Jet Set Radio!
Yeah.
Maybe more about Shinobi, possibly?
Possibly. It launches late August, so Shinobi should be featured on all of those and playable. Gamescom is a given, I think. It's August, so they'll probably have like the final build of the game, or close to the final build of the game for people to try there. Yeah.
I think it's too early to announce like the next big Sonic game.
that was my other pick here. Maybe something Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I
Right.
I would say, yeah.
don't think we're gonna get an announcement about the next big Sonic thing before we at least
But
have.
I want it.
Okay, you can want it.
Casey,
Sonic
Casey,
Patrick?
you can't come here and tell me that I'm not going to get it because I want it.
Okay, I won't tell you. It's gonna happen. Just
Thank you.
yeah. If you wish hard enough, it's gonna happen. It's gonna
Dreams
come
come true.
Yes. Yeah. You can
I
do
also think-
anything.
Also, think maybe there's a good chance we might see something regarding in games is Shenmue 3. One of these events potentially.
Yeah. I also
Hold
thought
up.
of that. I think. By the way, Jim, this is a bit off topic, even as we're talking about what we expect to see. But what do you think in games will do with Shenmue 3 first?
I mean, it's difficult to say, but from the way that they've talked about it on social media and the announcement, how they want to sort of, I forget the term of phrase, but essentially it sounded to me like they were going to obviously make ports of it to other consoles, because obviously at the moment it's stuck on PC and PS4. So hopefully that, there's only two other platforms essentially, like you Switch 2, Xbox. I think those are pretty much a given. And then other than that, I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't think they're going to do an awful lot to it. Like pie in the sky amazing thing would be like adding more content by showing this sort of stuff. But we just, like me and Matt, we've spoken a lot about it, and budgetary concerns with obviously in games that not massive compadre country sort of thing, whatever that word is. I don't think they'd be able to fund too much, if that makes sense. So hopefully more of like a improvements on the game, potentially some tweaks, quality of life improvements is what we're hoping for at the very bare minimum, and obviously ports for the consoles. But beyond that, I couldn't tell you. Maybe Matt's in the chat. Maybe Matt knows.
Yeah. Shout out to Matt and to Gum as well, who joined us. Hello. Welcome. I wholeheartedly agree. I don't think, even from a business standpoint, I don't think it's both doable and doesn't really make sense to invest money in making improvements to Shenmue 3. And I think there's a whole lot of people who haven't played the original game as it is, so maybe like minor quality of life changes, but I would bet on like a straight port to Xbox and Switch/Switch 2. It'll probably, I think the original Switch can run it, so probably something that can be played on both consoles, and you would benefit a lot from having like the install base of the original Switch to get the game out there, more people to get to know it and play it, and in handheld form as well. So I think that's basically a given, I think.
Yeah, I do think Switch is such a missed opportunity for the Shenmue series, because Shenmue 1 and 2 weren't even released on the Switch, which is insane. So hopefully if Shenmue 3 is ported over there, hopefully Sega sort of take notice and add a little bit of manpower behind getting a port of 1 and 2 across as well, because having the whole trilogy on a system that the third game's on, if that were to happen, then it just makes so much sense. And like you say, the install base, you could be picking up a couple of million fans just overnight.
Yeah. I think this should be a priority for Sega, and not really something that's probably that hard to do. Try to port it to the Switch, like 1 and 2, and have the three games, or 2 games, right? 1 and 2 and 3 released close together, like have a sort of a cadence of 1 and 2 perhaps, and then release 3 to see the continuation of the series would be amazing. However, we know things are not as straightforward as that, so here's hoping. But I do agree
be that
that
straightforward.
It should be like it looks like it's a no-brainer, but we have no idea what's inside the brains of Sega people at this point. Yeah, like Matt is saying, One and Two can already run on Switch via emulator, so I can see it being technically too difficult. Yeah, that's a good point, right? So, yeah,
Haven't got any money, unfortunately. How do you think it went last time? Like they funded it with like a kind of Kickstarter like campaign, right? Like
3,
do you think that? Sorry,
3, right?
for 3, yeah.
Partially.
So like, do you think that they could get like enough funding for 4 with that method?
I mean, that's the hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not happened yet, so it's very difficult. Obviously, when we interviewed Yu Suzuki last year, the main sort of phrasing was they're looking for a partner, essentially
Right.
someone that's going to
Okay.
give them the capital to produce a game, and it doesn't seem to have happened yet. So in sort of the best sort of scenario at the moment. Hopefully they can have success with Shenmue 3, whatever they're doing with the release of that, porting of that. Maybe it'll bring in enough income for them to say like, okay, well, maybe we can.
Okay, so like they are trying to make a 4 happen. Is that it?
Yeah, sure, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Yu Suzuki wants to finish the series, right? The story.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
But it's hard to. He needs money. But I think the best bet they have is to grow, like I said, the support base for the original games, and maybe then, and so Inen is very crucial on making that happen, like porting the game and getting it out of just PC and PS4, just put it on Xbox, Switch. That will definitely contribute to get the game out there more, and if they see the support for that, maybe other partners, maybe even Sega, could partner with Yu Suzuki and fund the game.
I mean, come on, the fan base is trending. # let's get Shenmue 4.
Exactly.
Like,
It's true.
let's go already.
That's true. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Matt says 4 will have to be a multi-partner deal. That seems like the best bet, right? So to like not like spread the risk across multiple partners, that would be more reasonable, it seems. We'll see.
Just that straightforward, isn't it?
So easy.
Well, I mean, just do it.
Right, yeah. Okay, so we'll see what happens, and maybe next month we'll have news. When we do one of these like news roundup shows, maybe we'll have new stuff to talk about in the Shenmue department and other ones we mentioned. But guys, let's jump into the news, right? So we have our handy dandy document. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. This should have been what I should have opened the show with. So this first item here that says TSL 11. That's very important because do you guys know what day it is today as we're recording this, as we're doing this live?
The 11th anniversary.
The 11th anniversary of the SEGA Lounge. Yes,
that's amazing.
yes. So 11 years ago to this date.
Wow,
I did that.
Many congrats.
Thank you very much.
That year's gone fast, hasn't it? Since you were like advertising the 10th anniversary.
Yeah. Time flies. So yeah,
It
11
feels like
years
an
of
age
the SEGA
ago
Lounge.
since I did that, like 10th anniversary.
An age ago.
A lot has happened
Yeah.
since then in 1 year, right? But
Wow.
yeah, but I want to thank you guys for joining me for this episode, which I didn't plan anything special, but just being here and doing the show with you guys is, I think, very cool. And thank you to all of our listeners and the viewers as well now, because we're on.
Yeah,
we have the
indeed.
video.
Yeah, you got viewers
part
now.
of this. I've got viewers now. Yeah. So it's been a blast to do this, and I'm really enjoying like the current format of the show. To be honest, it's like I'm having a lot of fun having people over and discussing some topics, doing the odd interview here and there. So I hope people have been enjoying the evolution of the show as well. And happy 11th anniversary to the SEGA Lounge. Should have gotten one of those, right? Like in some
I
confetti.
would have done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have known.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
do it. No, it tickles my mouth when I do that.
This is awesome radio and any video content, I have to say. Anyway.
Yeah. Only on
noises.
the SEGA Lounge.
Exactly. This is what the people come for. This is what they come here for. They want to see/listen to this. Anyway,
It's ASMR to someone, isn't it?
and so now I'm putting it in my mouth and I'm gonna blow it. Oh, this is very, very wrong. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Kate. My gosh. I'm liking it.
Moving on.
I
So Sega news. We have some miscellaneous Sega news, which is a lot of stuff, and then we have Shinobi and Sonic. So these are the three main topics today. Let's start with some Sega news, and I know you guys are raring to talk about this. This is amazing. We're all very passionate about fiscal news, fiscal results. Yes. So. Sega Sammy, Sega Sammy presented their fiscal year results, their end of year results. So the fiscal year ends in March, right? So it's like their 2025 year, I think. I don't know. They say like 2025/3. So it's like the year ending in March 2025. That's how it works. And they showed a bunch of numbers and stats and stuff, which we will not get into. But I wanted to mention some things that we can all understand and talk a little bit about. So not only did they show their results and did they explain why they had some certain results or not. For example, when it comes to, and they divided this into consumer, which is like games mostly, animation, and then amusement machines and toys. So like hardware, like arcade machines and stuff like that, and pachinko and stuff. So we want to focus on the consumer part of things. For example, for this year that ended, they say mainstay new titles have been performing perhaps well. Repeat sales went strong. Canceled the development of Football Manager 25 and recorded losses. They still talk about this. We talked about this a few months ago when they did like the quarter results thing. I think this actually hurt Sega a little bit more than expected. The fact that they didn't have the revenue associated with Football Manager this past year. So that's very interesting. For the next year, something that they say is their forecast: release Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. So this basically confirms Sonic Racing Cross Worlds will probably come out before March 2026. Okay, so
wow,
Okay,
Marth
that makes
is
sense.
very far away.
Mars,
Yeah.
and Marth, but March is not that far away.
Yeah, like March is okay, but Marth it feels like ages from now.
Marth is that like Fire Emblem character.
Yeah.
All right.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Emily as well. Wow.
This is what I get from inviting people on the show.
I'm sorry. I jumped on it.
They also say new titles in the previous fiscal year contribute to repeat sales. So they're expecting already released games to keep selling and increase their revenue this year, obviously. In the free-to-play department, they say existing titles performed as expected. Nice. As expected. And they are hoping the launch of Sonic Rumble and Persona 5 The Phantom X to be the new free-to-play titles for this new fiscal year, which we'll mention in a little bit, like both Sonic Rumble and Persona 5 The Phantom X. So they're hoping to release Sonic Rumble. That's nice.
What are these existing titles?
Free-to-play titles?
Like Sonic
We talked about this.
mobile thing?
Yeah,
Sonic Dash, maybe?
Yeah, like Sonic Forces, the running, the Sonic Dash like Sonic Forces.
PSO 2?
And there are
Is that still?
probably, but I'm thinking like more mobile games. There are a few, especially mostly in Japan, where it's the thing that many people like to get behind.
Did we ever hear anything about that Yakuza one that we talked about? Mobile game that released in Japan? No?
Yeah, like the Ryoga Gotoku Online, right? I think
like
the last thing we talked about was like a collab between... Yeah, that was a collab between another, I think, non-SEGA game and Like a Dragon, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. City Wars, right? That's what you said.
City Wars, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's not a SEGA game per se, but...
Right, okay.
But it's like more of a collab. Yeah. They also mentioned DLC sales went strong this fiscal year. Licensing revenue increased. Positive impact of exchange rate fluctuations. Amazing. Like the yen and the dollar and the pound, amazing. All that good stuff that we love here on the SEGA Lounge. For next year, they expect licensing revenue to increase, which actually, and I didn't add this to the outline, but the SEGA are really going strong in terms of licensing this year. Like you mentioned, Jim, Jet Set Radio. There's a lot of obviously SEGA stuff, Sonic stuff. Sorry, and so they are expecting licensing revenue to increase, which makes sense because they're working with a lot of companies and there's a lot of games. Sorry.
Limited run games, a lot.
Oh, that too.
Collaboration with that, yeah.
With their ever-changing delivery dates.
True.
Have you gotten all the emails about the different dates that
I have
going back and forth?
There's Yakuza boxes keep pushing Shenmue merchandise, Dreamcast merchandise.
Yeah.
Although I have got some Shenmue stuff on the way. They did send skateboard t-shirts.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that. Poster. Okay.
I separated all my shipments, sort of thing. So I think if you bought it all as one shipment, you might have to wait a couple of more months.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. But definitely limited run games is part of this, I guess. And also FiGGYZ, which we'll talk about in a little bit more as well. But
I am thinking about the Sonic movies, if there was like licensing needed for that, like how third party was the whole project for the Sonic movie. I don't know.
There's a lot of
figures. It's like official and therefore didn't need to be licensed, or if it's like
when we say licensing, we're more referring to the merchandise side of things.
Yeah, okay.
Like merchandise. In terms of like the license of Sonic
to use Sonic in a movie, like from a third party perspective, like they would have to have some kind of like licensing to be able to use Sonic, right?
Yeah,
so like
sure.
I'm not sure what this is. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's licensing off.
Yeah. I mean, So like there's still that. There's still that indeed. I was just like, I'm not sure about the movie itself, like what kind of arrangement.
Yeah, there's a deal. That. There's sort of a deal. I think SEGA is part of it, right? So it's not really, exclusively a third party thing. I don't know how it works. I have no idea how it works. I'm just guessing that it's more like
I just never thought about it until now.
But there's probably like, for example, if Paramount can make popcorn buckets with Sonic and Shadow, they probably need to license the characters from SEGA. I'm guessing the deal has to include that, so they can make money and pay like a percentage to SEGA. That would make
probably
sense.
Within the whole ether structure or whatever. We make the film, we make the merchandise, products, and
but definitely, Lime. I think you're right that there's definitely a deal for that and it includes like the movie, the TV shows, whatever merchandise they
all
get
the
out of that.
merchandise around it. Yeah, indeed.
Exactly.
DVDs, Blu-rays.
Yeah.
I think I told you about the two kids that I saw like dressed in shadow onesies.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole new generation of Sonic fans now, and it's
spending
because
money.
of the movies, so it's amazing.
For sure. Yeah. So yeah, and they actually, wait, let me share this. So they actually talk about like in the animation section, they say their expectations are allocated revenue of Sonic cinematic releases expected to decline, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
There's no new movie, okay. But they say the allocated revenue of Sonic cinematic releases went strong. Yeah. Obviously, it was a very successful movie, so that heavily contributed to their results, their revenue this year. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to bother you with all of all the details, but for example, something that's interesting is their rollout schedule here, and they have like full game, free to play in TBD. For example, some notable things. They mention things that haven't happened yet. So in or after the fiscal year of or ending in March 2026, Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, right, will come out on the Switch 2. Probably other platforms at some point as well. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, Switch 2. Raidu Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army, June 19th, multi-platform. Shinobi Art of Vengeance, August 29th. Sonic Racing Crossworlds, it says 2025 here. So, even closer, not Marth, but 2025. Multi-platform. And then they mentioned Persona 5 The Phantom X releasing, or it has released April 12th, 2024, but I think not everywhere. Yeah, so this is just Asia. We'll talk about the Western release in a little bit. Sonic Rumble 2025, perhaps. Who knows at this point? It's been delayed several times. Hopefully.
You said delayed again, Lime, as well, did you? Earlier? 2026, I thought you said.
Yeah, but that's service launch of Sonic Rumble. So I don't know what that means. So maybe the game is released 2025, but then it says here from...
It says 2025, right?
Yeah. But then it says here, like from 2026 onwards, and under that it says service launch of Sonic Rumble in brackets 2025. So I don't know if they are like planning something for Sonic Rumble in 2026.
Where's that?
Sorry. I don't know. It's on page 43.
Oh my God. 43. Okay. From the fiscal year ending in March 2026, which is right now, which is this current fiscal year.
Oh, really?
Onward. Yeah, so
this fiscal year.
They do FY. April to March.
Oh.
April, March. So this is the current fiscal year. From this current fiscal year onward, and they say service launch of Sonic Rumble 2025. So that's their expectation.
This hurts my head. From fiscal year 2026 onwards.
Yeah.
It's now.
Yeah, 2025-3 is the fiscal year that ended in March 2025. Okay, so we're now in the next one, the one that's going to end in March 2026.
Okay.
That's how they count their fiscal years, from April, the 1st of April to the 31st of March. Okay.
I see.
So it's expected to be released this year.
Then I understand my confusion there.
Yeah. But yeah, I get it. Sometimes it's confusing how they do these financial dates and stuff. Yeah.
I was confused because release of Sonic Racing Crossworlds is under there as well. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So same thing. They're expecting it to be released before March 2026, and they both say 2025 as an expected release period, right? So we'll probably get these two games this year still. This civil year and not fiscal year. confusing. They
I'm never
also
gonna
have
hear the end of that, am I?
it's okay.
I was confused as well. Don't worry.
They have a TBD section here as well. Project Century TBD. New Virtua Fighter project still TBD. They haven't announced a release date yet, and there's none here. Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio, Streets of Rage also TBD. And they say Alien Isolation. I would assume Alien Isolation 2.
Yeah.
I would assume that's the game they are, or like entitled TBD. So so it's like an Alien Isolation game that's coming at a TBD date, to be determined date. So we don't really get a glimpse of what they're hoping to do in terms of Jet Set Radio and the other classic. What did they call them? The new era, right?
Mm-hmm.
Games,
new generation,
whatever, new energy, new stuff,
and more.
We now have more. We have Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, indeed. But where's Shenmue?
Yeah,
Shenmue 4. It's just cut off, unfortunately.
Yeah. They didn't have room. They didn't have enough space here.
We don't have room for Shenmue.
Yeah, no, the page. It's just an A4 page, so it got cut off there. Printing error.
Indeed. Sorry, Shenmue. We ain't got space for you.
I'll take a printing error all day as long as it's happening.
As long as it's out, right? Yeah. So not really want to bother and bore people with the details, but I'm gonna link this in the description of the show. So do check it out if you're into this and this sort of thing. I just wanted to mention something that I found interesting. They share the value maximization cycle, the cycle of 4 strengths for value maximization. And they have common values, mindset, and DNA for value creation. Creativity is Genesis or Mega Drive in Europe. I just wanted to make this stupid joke, sorry. Always proactive, always pioneering. So I like this. This is like this motivational, for like corporate motivational thing, like company values, like shareholders. We're like, we're strong. We're gonna do this. I like this.
Can you just go back to page 19, like the animation TBC, because
sure.
I'm assuming like these are like the actual films as well listed at the bottom here. Unless it passed me by, I don't remember us covering a House of the Dead film, right? Or did we?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't really look at this properly. I just looked at the game stuff. So they have where's the House of the Dead?
Sort of second bottom above Outrun. So obviously Outrun was like the
license out investment projects: The Angry Birds Movie 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Golden Axe TBD. Shinobi
4?
TBD.
Oh, the movie. Yeah.
The movie.
Okay.
It's already March 19th, 2027.
2027?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Golden Axe, Shinobi, Streets of Rage, Eternal Champions, The House of the Dead, and Outrun all mentioned here. That's a good shot, Jim.
Interesting.
Yeah. Licensing out.
Did we cover that ever? Is it a live action film or a...
Yeah, we have all of these. Okay. And I think more.
Probably
there's so many.
Space Channel 5 on those ones supposed to be.
Yeah, but this actually answers, I think, Lime's question about licensing, because it says licensing out, right? They call these like the movies, Sonic movies, Knuckles series, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, even the Miku movie. It's licensed out. /investment project. So it's like,
but it doesn't say that on Sonic 4, it seems.
It does. This is the whole section here, right? It's licensed out, investment project, etc.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see. Because like in the column to the furthest right,
because
it
it's
only
not
says
it's
that
not
on some of
TMS
them.
Entertainment, so it's not in-house for them.
Yeah.
They license the IP out, and other studios work on it. Yeah.
So, but okay. So, like the whole thing is about licensing out, but only some of the roles have it specifically said that it's licensing out. Because like it's only on some of them.
I think they're probably it applies to all of them, but others have information that maybe couldn't fit the cell or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Because Knuckles is licensing out.
That Sonic 4 then is saying that that's the US release date specifically.
Yeah, March 19th, and the other countries are probably around that. Depends. Yeah, but anyway, I'll share this as with other news bits. I'll share the link in the description, so take a look if you want to read the whole financial stick and and get entertained with numbers and figures and stuff. And if you have more insights into this, let us know. Lime would definitely appreciate that, like our numbers guy.
Wow.
His face. Okay. Moving on. I think we've spent enough time on the end of fiscal year 2025, whatever. Some light reading gum. Yes, that's it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
Exactly. So moving on, SEGA opened a Shanghai store. Wow. And Jim, I know you've been there. What do you think about it?
Amazing. I met that Saw Pony guy, whatever his name was. He was there in attendance, and we had a bit of a chat. And
you mean this guy? Look at how stylish he is.
Very stylish.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Very stylish.
It looks like he's like in disguise, doesn't it?
Nobody will recognize me in this hat.
Yeah. It's like, and then
I have been to Shanghai though. That skyline is incredible, by the way.
Okay. It says heading home from Shanghai after a great team effort by our China partners, Road Pictures, and Goo 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 Goo. That's the name of a company apparently. Goo 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 Goo.
Goo 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 Goo.
Wow.
Goo 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 Goo. Yeah, that's Goo 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 for
to be confused with the other company, Goo Goo Gaga.
Yeah,
exactly.
Gosh help you if you miss or add a goo. It has to be
exactly our mortal enemies.
Goo 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 Goo.
Goo 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 is and they're rivals with Goo Goo Gaga.
Yeah, if you talk about Goo Goo, then you're out.
My God.
SEGA Goo Goo.
Gotta add more goos.
SEGA Goo Goo. Yeah. And obviously it's Goo 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 because of the quality of the food as well.
Rio Ga Goo Goo Goo.
Oh, and here's the Goo Goo Gaga, the two kids here.
Nice.
I think in Japanese, like a lot of there are some sentences that can be said with what sounds like to us like the same sound, kind of. I don't know if this is actually the case. I'm gonna have to be like corrected on this.
It's probably not Goo Goo. It's like
if this is wrong, but like you can say like a whole sentence, I think, with the repeating the sound ma.
Okay.
Ma, something
with like
that.
Different intonation, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that might be the case. I'm not fully sure, but
it's Goo Goo.
So maybe that's something with that as well.
Yeah. So that's the SEGA store. I have the same problem as Justin when I take photos. Sometimes I like stand up very straight, like he did there. Like I'm here, and it seems unnatural, but yeah, very stylish man still. Justin, come on the SEGA Lounge. One day,
postures there.
Yeah, very straight posture.
Except for the person who put their hands on their head. Just
Then
bending a
there's
little
a guy like,
backwards.
oh my god, it's the Sega store. Oh my god, it's gonna open now.
It's Justin Scarponi.
Like 3 people standing exactly the same, and then like one with the hands on their backs, and then another one like.
Or it's like, oh my god, please open already. I've been standing in line for ages.
I've been waiting so long for this.
Yeah. Justin Scarpone, how much we love this guy.
Indeed. Yeah.
Amazing. By the way, Sega president and COO Shuji Utsumi also posted something on LinkedIn about this. There he goes. Like, there's Sonic. Hey. Now they're very happy. Like, thumbs up. Yeah. No
Cool.
guy with the hands on his head there. So he was banned for this.
But the nerve of that one person who only gives 1 thumbs up and all the other ones give 2.
And Sonic didn't give any.
Yeah, and so it's like,
yeah, exactly. And
just
Sonic
let's
usually
move
gives all
on with
thumbs
this.
up, gives none.
Like,
my God.
He looks annoyed.
He does, doesn't he, actually?
What's the general posture rating for this photo? Says Gub. Better or worse than previous? I mean,
they are leaning forward a little bit. They've got the weight of the hands, though.
Like it's more natural. It's not like as I'm standing here.
Not as rigid, but I think the other one is better posture. It's like better for your like spine and stuff. So.
But look how natural their body language is.
Not enough water. 7 out of 10. Yeah.
Not enough water?
Hydration.
Not enough. I just thought of that IGN review. So not enough standing straight.
Oh.
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
Anyway, congrats.
If I'm going to rate my images high, there's going to have to be water in it. Like, God help you if you don't have water in your images. I'm gonna thumb it down.
No one has like even a little bottle of water like to drink from. They're all thirsty, and yeah.
They missed a trick there. Sonic branded water. They could have sold it in the shop.
Licensing. Yeah. There we go. Okay, speaking of Sega locations, Jim, you actually added something to the outline. Would you like to talk about this? Next bit. Yeah, sure.
Sure. So it appears that Sega have moved offices in London. So me and Matt, we actually visited the offices with a bit of a stunt in mind previously, like the old offices.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I guess those offices have been taken over by another company now because Sega have moved to a new location. And just judging from the photos, the office looks incredible, really. They've done a really nice, visually pleasing sort of office that looks like a nice, inviting place to work in. If you're,
I can't believe I was in London and was not able to visit the office.
Their old offices, like the location was sort of iconic, right? Because people could see the sign. The sign from the highway or whatever. But yeah, they've moved. But it seems like a very modern, like looking, like best company to work at kind of site.
I don't know what the reason behind the move was, whether the new offices are bigger or smaller or whatever.
I think it was... Really nice. It had something to do with that area being that they were going to build something new there. I think they had to move. I remember. Didn't we talk about that like a couple of months ago on the show? Maybe, or maybe we didn't. But I remember seeing something related to that. I think they like sort of had to move. Like took the opportunity to move because I think there was something else being built over there. I don't know.
No, that's temporary. That sort of hard wood effect thing that they've got going on there, like a construction wall almost. But
yeah,
I like the aesthetics. It looks cool.
It's like a timeline.
Oh, that's I was looking at like the reception desk photo there, and I was like, oh, maybe they're not finished with the back, like because like it was this like plywood kind of
Yeah. I
thing.
don't know if that's on purpose or.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a way to, probably it's just looks, right? But also, if this is a timeline, maybe it can be adjusted, and they can reposition things and stick new things, or like pin things to the wall. I have no idea, but it looks cool, and I like the like the LED light strip there, representing like the timeline, I think.
The SEGA logo's been burnt into the wood almost on it there as well.
Yeah.
indeed.
Nice.
Very
And they
cozy,
have a hedgehog lamp,
Indeed, they do.
right? Yeah.
A hedgehog lamp.
Yeah.
I know
on
that's
that
isn't
little-
that the. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, an actual hedgehog lamp. I was looking at the Sonics.
Yeah, not Sonic.
I was looking at the
A
Sonic.
hedgehog lamp. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were ever in the area, in the vicinity, maybe you can visit the SEGA offices,
Pop
the new
in.
SEGA offices. Yeah. And ask for
I
Shenmue
so
4
wanna do
and
that. I
Shenmue
dream of
stuff.
doing that.
I did
I am
spot
planning like
Shenmue
to go
box
to
art.
London at least like one more time, and hopefully I'll get the chance. Then
Wait, there was Shenmue box art here?
There was. I actually found it. So
Let me check.
can you see? Can you see Sonic Mania? Right, Sonic
Yeah.
Mania, the other one.
Yes.
Go up one, and then
Okay.
that kind of looks like maybe the Sega Genesis collection or something. Then go right one. Is that Sonic Rush Adventure? And then right one, that's Shenmue 1 and 2.
I can't quite make it out,
I'm
to be
gonna have
honest.
to trust you on that.
Maybe. I'm a
Definitely
little
is.
bit too far away from the monitor to see that in detail, but I'll check it out later. Spot the Shenmue 1 and 2. That's a nice game. So that's a nice question for a future Sega Launch challenge. So from that picture they posted on Twitter, like what's the first row, second column box art?
What's the
that you
15th
see on the
image
wall?
from the right?
Exactly.
This could be a good game if you want to have a little go now. What can we see that's the furthest one away that you can make out?
Okay. That's nice.
I can see Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. You see that one? Middle row, whitish box art.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And then
Crossroads
to the
is
right of
on there.
that,
is that Super Monkey Sam
I think it's-
Amigo game?
is it a 2 point something?
Two
the
across
right of
from
that.
that Virtua Fighter 4, purpley looking one. Is that Somebody Amigo?
Somebody Migo,
Very
where?
familiar.
2 across?
New one. Yeah.
Maybe. This is very interesting.
Is that Chat Set Radio actually below? So Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. The one
I
to the
see
right of that's
Virtua
the gold
Tennis,
one, and then
I think-
down one is that Jet Set Radio?
It's a radio. I see
See what I
Knight's.
mean?
I see Knight's Journey of Dreams. I see Sonic Colors, like the
You know
Last-
the Crazy Taxi Row?
Crazy Taxi Row. Yes, Attila.
Yeah.
Total War Dungeon.
Yeah.
That's like the Mega Drive Classics, I think, collection.
Mhm.
Then
Is that
Not
Bayonetta? Vanquish
Maybe.
Bayonetta, I think.
I think that's Virtua
Wow.
Tennis World Tour.
Okay, and then I don't know what the one next to that is, but the one after that's Jet Set Radio, I think.
Maybe it's yellowish.
And then is
Yeah.
it Warhammer after that? Was that
Maybe.
ever Total War Warhammer or something?
Below that, you have Knight's Journey of Dreams. On the Wii.
I can see that now. Yeah.
You have Total War Napoleon.
Mm-hmm.
You have Sonic Colors. Another one of those like Mega Drive Classics collections.
This is awesome. This is
Yeah.
spot the Sega box art.
Moving on. Okay.
At the Sega office, there's a wall with game box art. Which game was not featured on that wall? Was it A?
I'm definitely gonna do something related to this, unless I forget, which is very likely. But I'm definitely gonna do that. So do study up on this for the next time we're on the SEGA Lunch Challenge.
That is evil.
Okay, that was just a radio.
question.
That was the one after. Okay, so that's the new offices for SEGA Europe. Another news post. Ecco the Dolphin.
Yay.
Ecco the Dolphin is coming back. Wow. So this came out of nowhere, especially because it didn't really come from a SEGA social channel, SEGA video, anything. So this was an interview for Xbox Wire. A wave of change celebrating Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And one of the people they wanted to highlight was Ed Annunziata, or the games, the Ecco games that Ed made, because games that were inspired by Asian and Pacific Islander heritage.
I had no idea until this is first year I've ever heard about API heritage. Like I saw like a YouTube video mentioning it, and now I see it here. It's absolutely new to me. But so yeah, it seems like they're doing a good job raising awareness.
Yep. And they boast about having an exclusive interview with Ed Annunziata, creator of Ecco the Dolphin, and he mentions the whole ocean conservation thing that he wanted to spark awareness for, and he talks about the games he worked on and stuff. And I think the biggest takeaway from this is that he says, me and the entire original team are going to remaster the original Ecco the Dolphin and Tides of Time games. Okay, that's something which we didn't know about. Yeah. And then he says, then we will make a new third game with contemporary play and GPU sensibilities. Whatever GPU sensibilities means.
GPU sensibilities?
So it's like a graphically powerful game.
Sensitive game.
It's sensitive. Oh my god. Ooh, this graphics card is no, please don't offend this graphics card. And he says, stay tuned to echothedolphin.com. Which
is he always own that URL? That's a sick URL, isn't it? Really, to be able to get in 2025.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying the URL. Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
You think he's held on to that for 30 years?
Maybe.
All right.
So it just shows a countdown here at the bottom. I think didn't it used to be like full center
in the middle, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. Maybe it's my problem here, but it shows a countdown.
More stuff will happen. Like fish will start appearing.
Probably. Let me try to see if I can make it appear the proper way. And it also plays Ecco the Dolphin music, by the way. Okay. And it says Sega and Genesis and Ecco the Dolphin are trademarks of Sega. 1992, 2025 Sega. Copyright.
Can we talk more about the countdown?
We can.
How many days remaining?
Yeah, I dug a little bit deeper. Do you know what it counts down to?
The release
a year from the announcement, isn't it?
It counts down to April 22nd.
Okay.
2026?
Which is Earth Day.
Oh, okay.
Is that in the next fiscal year?
Next year.
That's next fiscal year. It's like
next physical year.
Fiscal. No, it's the fiscal year ending in March 2027.
Right.
Lime's like It's true. You know it's true.
April 22nd, 2026.
It's not
what it's
this
counting down
fiscal
to.
year. It's the next one.
It's not this physical year either.
That's true.
So yeah. But yeah.
And it's Gum's birthday, apparently.
I don't know
So
what is.
forget about Earth Day. It's because of Gum's birthday.
Counting down to Gum's birthday.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what is going to happen, but like, I just thought it was interesting that it counts down to Earth Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably because of the whole environmental thing, the message of the game. Yeah, definitely. So I don't know. I am kind of excited about this because I'm a big Ecco fan, as you guys I think know. But it just came out of nowhere. It's just like I wasn't really expecting it to happen, at least this way. It makes sense in terms of like SEGA is trying to revive their legacy IP and stuff, but it's nice that they have the original team. But a little bit more, I don't know, hullabaloo about this would have been nice. Maybe closer.
Hullabaloo.
Yeah, maybe closer to the date. I'm guessing it's more of like a Panzer Dragoon remake situation in House of the Dead remake situation. They license it out.
Yeah, if it's got the original team working on it, though, I suppose that's decent. Maybe you can get Ed on the show to talk about it.
Yeah. So for those not in the know, he's making fun of me because Ed Annunziata was supposed to come on the show last season, and then he like.
Right. Oh, that rings a bell now. Oh, yeah.
Disappeared completely. We had a day. We scheduled
this
it.
This is why he's been working on Ecco.
Exactly. He was gonna he was gonna announce it exclusively on the Sega Lounge, but then he decided to. I'm just not gonna show, and disappear completely because I want to announce it and tell it to Xbox Wire exclusively. Damn you, Xbox Wire. Yes. Moving on. Moving on. So, by the way, guys, are you Ecco fans at all?
I haven't ever played it, so I don't know. Could be.
I think
I was
you
a big
would.
fan of the Dreamcast one.
Oh, okay. Which is not being acknowledged by Ed, by the way, because he didn't work on it. Right. So he's working on a third game, which is not counting the Dreamcast one because it's not canon for him. Yeah. I think you would enjoy the original ones at least, Lime. Yeah, okay. They're challenging games, and you like challenging games.
Maybe we should do a Sega education stream of that.
Yeah. I would be all up for that. Yeah, we need to do that soon. See if you can get out of the first stage without any help.
That could be a cool challenge. Like, see Lime try out Ecco for the first time and see if he can get out of the first stage.
Yeah. It's such a silly thing because it. Yeah, but
maybe you can find out the name of the alien race as well.
True.
And watch me as I impress you and everybody here.
Probably. You know, it's not the first time that you impress me and surprise me.
Ridding everyone of the hashtag cancel Lime thingy.
Okay, speaking of Lime Reversed, you've played Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
You've played Jet Set Radio.
That was a part of the Sega education streams that we did.
Yeah. And so, do you know what's happening with Jet Set Radio and them skates?
Well, they're having an event. Where is it? In Santa Ana, it seems.
Yeah.
As far as I can see here. Like they're having skating events around the world in over 20 countries, it says here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they teased the collab, right? But first of all, so them skates, it seems like they're probably launching. I don't know if there's these. This is apparently a very renowned roller skate brand. Okay, and they teased this, which is tomorrow actually, for May 30th. But it's actually what's happening is SEGA is sponsoring. Let's see if I can show it. The Blading Cup.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's what they call it. I was in the About page. So I didn't have the
Blading Cup. So Montpellier, France. Tomorrow and Saturday, May 30th and 31st. And SEGA
are these related?
I think they are in a way, because SEGA is going to be a presenting sponsor at this. So they're going all in with Jet Set Radio license. But I also think there's probably some sort of like special edition skates coming from
rocket boosters on them,
probably from them skates. I don't know. Who is? Are you a skater, Jim Lime?
I'm not a skater boy. No.
No, but I've been ice skating.
No. Okay.
Within the last year.
Okay.
I did rollerblade like a few times, like as a teenager, but that's it basically. Also, can we go back to the About page?
The About page of what? The competition?
Yeah, the Blade Cup page.
Let's go back there. Okay, the About page. Okay, oh yeah, I know what you want to talk about.
I just have to yell at them a little bit. Like, as a web developer, this is not how you design a page. Like, the text basically blends into the background, and it's not very easy to read. So please keep this in mind. People who design web pages needs to be that like have a certain degree of readability.
Like the text color is the same as the background color, so it's like very.
It's like something from the start of the internet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember websites back in the day? They were like black text on the. I think the top half of the page was white, but as you scrolled down, there was like a black image, and the text was like overlapping the image, and you couldn't read it. That kind of vibe.
Don't do that.
Maybe that's what they're going for.
What are you saying? It's
if
aesthetic.
You really want to find
it's
out
the wrong aesthetic.
If you really want to find out more about the Blading Cup, you really need to make an effort to try and read this and understand what it says, because it's not easy. So you really have to be a fan of this.
They had one of those motivational circles when they were spitballing ideas for the website.
Creativity is Genesis.
It's a very cool concept on the first page, though. That I'll give them that. But then when it comes to like the more like detailed in information, then that's where in my expert opinion needs to be a little bit more readable.
Lewis says, as a retired skateboarder, can't approve. He says, we were conditioned to hate rollerbladers for no reason. Yeah. So when I meant skate, I meant roller skate or rollerblade. Because that's not the same thing, right? Rollerblades are the ones with like inline skating, right?
Inline skating.
Inline skates, the wheels are
roller
all
skates
inline. Are the ones that are like 4 wheels side to side.
I thought all of it was called skating.
Yeah, but
I guess so. Like the genre, skating, skateboarding. Ice skating.
There we go. Gum says inline and quad. That sounds more official and like more, technical. For sure. Yeah.
Quad sounds cooler, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Quad skating.
I'm a quad skater. I'm a quad blader. No, a quad skater and an inline blader, perhaps. I'm very confused right now. The gist of it is SEGA is presenting. Is it like a presenting
sorry for that
sponsor?
tangent. I shouldn't even have gone there, but like I just had like this is my work. Like this is like as slightly sentient toaster also mentioned, like this is also my bread and butter, and so it's a little pet peeve of mine.
What font color would you have picked, Lime? You would design that page.
I would have paled out the background a little bit and then made the text darker. That's all you need to do.
Right. There you go. Free tips from Lime.
There you go. So Blading Cup, hire the man. Yeah. The thing is, and that remains to be seen. Are them skates launching a Jet Set Radio line of rollerblades or roller skates? We don't know, because them blades. This is like the new metaphor of Fantasio. Like them blades. No, them blades. Them skates. Now I'm confused. Them skates. Okay. So them skates are a very famous, apparently, brand of rollerblades, and they have some collabs, as we can see on the page on their website. Does this mean that tomorrow, maybe during the Blading Cup, they're going to announce a Jet Set Radio collab? Like yellow.
Those were collabs, by the way?
Yeah, it says them skates cross intuition liner. So then these are not. This is also cross intuition liner. So I'm guessing they are collabs. Some of them. Clark's Originals.
Cross intuition.
Cross, I mean X, like cross, like crossover.
I just don't know what it means.
No, Intuition is a brand, I think. Intuition liner.
Oh, okay.
If you see here, them skates.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
X
I see.
Cross.
I see.
I think that's
I see. I thought like cross intuition liners. I was like, okay, that sounds like an interesting concept. What is that? Okay.
But I don't know if we're gonna get anything. I agree with you, Jim. It would be nice to have like rockets and some sort of like really real Jet Set Radio features on them skates. But I don't know if that's what we're gonna get in the end. Yeah.
I can't even picture the roller skates. Like, is there anything Jet Set Radio-y about them? Like, specifically? Like, if you look at a character from Jet Set Radio,
you can see their Instagram teaser.
Are they like colourful though? I can't picture in my head how they look.
I don't think they were like in the game, to be honest. But what I'm guessing they'll do is they'll release like yellow skates,
maybe with the logo on or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, probably like yellow and black, I would say. Or even like a gum edition, maybe. Different colors. I have no idea. Like a beat edition, gum edition. I have no clue. But
Lewis says, when are we getting new Sonic soap shoes? Which is like cool. one thing in my youth that I really, really wanted.
Yeah.
Soap shoes. The Sonic ones.
A new game tie-in for that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. When they remaster Sonic Adventure and remake Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. Probably. No.
Would love to see it.
Yeah. So yeah, Jet Set Radio. That means, and going back to what we said at the beginning, definitely they're pushing Jet Set Radio more and more, which means I think it's a no-brainer that we get some sort of Jet Set Radio news, like Jet Set Radio game news this summer at one of these events. I think it's like, I would bet money on it, but I don't have any. If I did, I would. Yeah. In even more exciting news, though, did you know, guys, that an officially licensed Like a Dragon virtual space is being created for Roblox? So excited for this.
Cool.
I'm not really excited, but I can see that there should be people excited for this because Roblox is huge. Kids love Roblox. So Sega teased this, RGG Studio teased this on X on Twitter, and we have this coming soon to Roblox. So you'll be able to maybe I don't know, kick people and punch people in Roblox and throw bicycles at them. Who knows?
Is that how it works? Is that supposed to be a character in the middle? Someone we should know.
I don't think. I mean, probably Majima because of the construction helmet. Could be.
I thought that was hair, but yeah, you're right.
But it could also mean that it's under construction.
Maybe it's a twofer.
Yeah. The Sega launch is probably the right age to play Roblox. Exactly, it's 11 years old. That's a good point, Lewis. That's a good point.
Like the Yakuza games, aren't they like rated 15 or something?
Rated
18?
Like 18, perhaps. I don't know. Would probably make sense to be 18. Like rated M in the US. Mature.
Peggy 18.
Peggy 18. Yeah. But, yeah, probably. But, you know, kids these days, they're like more mature.
Are they? Okay.
No,
gotta introduce the kids to Yakuza a little earlier now.
Yeah. Like, just like they're throwing Yakuza 0 Director's Cut on the Switch too, because it's the best system for that.
It's a game, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
My gosh, it's a week. Switch 2 is coming out in a week.
That's true. That's excited.
Crazy.
I'm excited for that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay. So, Like a Dragon coming to Roblox. If you're into Roblox, Sonic fans are into Roblox. Many of them. There's like the Sonic Speed Simulator, I think, isn't it? What's it called?
I think there is something Sonic
Something
in
like
Roblox that rings a bell. Yeah.
Yeah. So, why wait for GTA when, like Lewis said, you can get into organized crime early with Like a Dragon cross Roblox? Yeah. Oh, GTA 6 has been delayed to next year. Yeah, don't worry about that. Who needs GTA 6? Just go into Roblox and like look at like a Roblox version of Kamurocho. Yeah. And like the
same with GTA 1
and stuff. Yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Like top down.
Got it when I was like 12 or something, maybe. Whenever it was released.
That truly was for kids, though.
That turned all right.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Speaking of Yakuza, and speaking of Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, just like the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out in a week, so is this game. And they did a very cool special launch interview with the Japanese voice actors. For the game, and they like the voice of Kiryu, the voice of Majima, and the voice of Kuze. And the voice of Nishiki. So if you're familiar with Yakuza, you know who these characters are. And they talk about like returning to this game 10 years later because there's dialogue, there's cutscenes that were added to the game. So even if you've played the original one, there's more to experience. And the voice of Kiryu says, back then I was a 50-year-old guy. He's like a 60-year-old man now.
He doesn't look it, does he? He looks
no.
Maybe he looks 50 now, actually.
Maybe. So if you're, I don't know, did you guys play the original one?
Yakuza 0?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
One of many people's favorite games in the series, and one that probably turned the tides for this series in the West. Like Yakuza 0 was the game that a lot of people like got their start into the series with. And because of it, I think the series got a resurgence in the West.
Definitely.
Definitely a very important.
Well, if you think Yakuza 5, when that was released, that was like they didn't even make a physical for it because they just didn't have faith in, I guess, the sales of that game at the time. It was kind of it was like, I think it was second on the top of the list or whatever Sony put together back in the day. Shenmue 3 was that top of the list for Sony. I think Yakuza 5, was it? Or something to be
probably
brought over.
Released.
That makes sense.
In physical form.
I think
I believe so.
Originally, was Yakuza 5 not going to come across to the West or something?
No, it did. I think they just decided to do a digital release because there was some demand, but I really can't remember well. There was some sort of, because they released it over here late, maybe 2 years after it was released in Japan. Am I making that up?
Sounds right. I think
probably
that might be why it was on the list. I think fans wanted it, and then yeah, like you say, Yakuza 0 happened, and the series smashed it ever since.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Look, it was released in Japan December 5th, 2012. Released worldwide December 8th, 2015. 3 years later.
3 years. Wow.
3 years later. Yeah.
See, that kind of shows you the difference, doesn't it? Like prior to Yakuza 0, Sega didn't really have much faith in it. Yeah. And now it's literally all Sega doing it, pumping out these user games.
For sure. Yeah. So definitely a turning point for the series in the West. And a game that is really, really fun. Great story, I think. And the vibe of the game is this is a game for me because I'm a sucker for an 80s setting. So this is perfect for me. Yeah. The nostalgia and stuff is amazing. Lime, I know you played this game as well. You played it on stream, right?
Yeah, indeed. That was my second Yakuza game. My first game was Like a Dragon 7. Yakuza Like a Dragon. So then I figured out, maybe I should start from the beginning again. Not again, but start from the beginning and see what that's like. And yeah, it was a very fun game as well. So yeah, I really should continue. Don't know what I should continue with. If I should go with the Infinite Wealth, or if I should go to Yakuza, like the first game.
I think it depends on which style of gameplay you prefer. At this point,
I liked both. I don't mind, I don't think that any of them was bad or worse than the other one. It's just different styles, and I enjoyed both.
So if you want to just continue the story before you play the most recent game, maybe go back and play through the original series. I guess.
Right.
You should play the original because it's only is it like a 13-hour game max? So you could fly through it, really, couldn't you?
Yeah. Kiwami is not a very long game.
I have thought about catching up with the story until 7, but then it's going to take me ages before I can actually get to Infinite Wealth. So I'm maybe not.
I mean, the games are short, but the problem is you tend to get sidetracked. So if you're just playing the story, it's a short game. They're all very, I would say, maybe linear in a way, because you can get through the story with ease. But the problem is there's a lot of side stuff to do. And that's what usually gets me sidetracked.
And also, the Yakuza people that I talk to do not recommend playing the games one after another. And so I'm going to have to also take that into account.
Take a break between
so that's also going to take some time for me to get ready for the next game as well.
You kind of have to play them in order, one after the other, just to keep on top.
Yeah, but not without taking a break in between games, right? I think that's back to back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Of course, playing them in order, but taking a break in between, to get ready for the next.
I don't know if I agree with that. I have played a few back to back.
That's what Bika told me, for example. So
okay, I don't know. I've played a couple, I think, back to back. When I replayed most of it, most of the series, And the only thing that happens is like I get sidetracked a lot. So what happens is I tend to waste a lot of time with side stuff, side stories, mini games, arcade games, and then I maybe get a little bit tired of the game because of that. And so my last few days of playing through the game is like just focusing on the story exclusively and not looking at anything else.
Yeah.
And
I'm just saying, like I've been streaming for soon 5 years, and I've gone through 2 Yakuza games. Like with that speed, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
1 a year, perhaps. Yeah.
I think I did 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, pretty much all one after the other, which completely burnt me out, and I haven't played a Yakuza game since.
Okay, so
yeah,
BK
that's what I don't want to happen to me.
Yeah,
BK is right. Then don't play them back to back. Yeah. Yeah. So Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, which is definitely recommended. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. I think I might. Even if it's not like exactly like next week, I'll probably get it close to it, and maybe we'll do a special episode on this game on the show. I don't know. I'm guessing you guys are not going to pick this up, at least
I mean,
not soon.
I hadn't thought about it. I haven't even ordered a Switch 2, so
Yeah.
But I will say that those interviews with the voice actors there, at least they do kind of sell it to you. It does sound like there's more than you think from this director's cut. Be interesting to find out actually what's been added.
Mhm.
But from the way some of the things that they're talking about here, it sounds like it is well worth replaying the whole game again. But obviously they are going to say that, I guess. I don't know. But if they've had to have the voice cast back to revoice, must be quite significant. I don't know.
And this time you can pick between Japanese voiceover and English voices as well, which is new.
I needed that.
I'm Japanese voice actors, voices out all the way.
I would love to be that, because I also prefer like listening to original language, but like my text skills and following a story like that is not as good as it probably should be. And so I'm just finding myself like not really just relaxing and enjoying the story, like rather than fighting through trying to figure out and follow along. And that's my issue, really.
You played Shamu in English.
It's not a... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So Shenmue, I think it's more of like a I'm used to it thing. So Shenmue, I played the first one in English. The second one, obviously, Japanese, because we didn't get the English voiceovers over here in Europe for the Dreamcast. And now the third one, I've since replayed the second one in English. The third one is in English because it's like Corey Marshall, and it's what I'm used to.
Right.
The Like a Dragon series, I'm used to Kiryu having that specific Japanese voice. That
same.
That's his voice, and it doesn't matter how good, and they are very good. Especially the current like voice cast is amazing. They're doing a really good job with that and like localizing the games and stuff. Yeah. But I'm just more used to the voices in Japanese.
It must have some data to back up the amount of people playing the game in English, because I only ever hear of people playing Yakuza games in Japanese, but there must be enough people actively wanting English for them to keep doing it in these new titles.
Mm-hmm. What I've heard is people tend to play the 1 or 0 to 6 in Japanese, and the new ones, the Ichiban games, in English.
Right, because of the new cast.
Yeah. Right. That's, I think, one of the people that comes to mind is Brian from the Dreamcast Junkyard. He's been on the show, I think, every episode we've done on the new Like a Dragon games, and he said that I decided to play the new ones with English voices, which I get, And I think I tried the like Yakuza Like a Dragon. I tried English and Japanese, and then decided to stick to Japanese because I'm an old man stuck in my ways. But yeah, I might pick it up close to launch. At least it's one more game to play on my Switch too. Yeah, which I'm looking forward to getting next week. Okay, but this is not a Nintendo show. Let's talk about Sega. Another thing that we wanted to mention before we get into more like specific franchise news. Another bit of generic. I don't know. This is not generic. This is also specific. But Virtua Fighter. I think we mentioned this briefly last time. But Virtua Fighter 5 Revo is going multi-platform. So they're going to not just release the game for all the other systems, like consoles, but there's going to be crossplay between all systems, PC and consoles.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Rollback netcode, which is very important for like the hardcore fighting game fans that play these games competitively. And it's coming to all these platforms, including a Nintendo Switch too. So if you're planning on getting a new Nintendo Switch and you want to play some Virtua Fighter 5, you'll be able to as well.
That's good news.
Yeah. Is this something that you guys would like to try at some point or have tried?
I would do, actually.
I need to.
Sorry, Lime, you go.
I need to yell at Ravsig.
During
like we've been planning to play that game together for I don't know how many months now. But then like we never actually get to it.
Just need to schedule.
You hear that, Ravsig? I'm coming
stream
for you and yelling at you. This is what I'm gonna do. You're gonna be yelled at.
Yeah.
By this fruit right here.
Okay, and last bit of news before we get into Shinobi and Sonic is everyone's favorite like merch maker and distributor. I don't know what the joke was. I don't know why you guys were laughing or smirking, but I'm obviously talking about limited run games.
I actually don't know what that is about either, but like I keep hearing like size and stuff like every time they are brought up, and I don't know what the background is at all.
I have had, I think we talk about this every month, but I have had no issues with them, so I really can't stand behind any people who are complaining about them. But anything I've bought from them, they sent was good enough quality, at least for me. So
I see. Okay. I thought that you said it sarcastically because there was something bad that they did at some point.
No, people do really complain about them a lot, and like the quality of some of the products they release and stuff, like games,
time it takes for them to make them, and
true, yeah, and the price
and
as well.
Price,
yeah.
I'm looking at the price here, and I'm like, wow.
So
I think, going back to some of the purchases I made from those run games, I've never spent that amount of money. Well, I have actually, but buying like a load of stuff and what like these Dreamcast hit things, and the Shenmue one obviously was quite a lot of money. I forked out for like the whole collection of the Shenmue stuff, but on one game, $250.
Yeah,
I don't know. It seems like they've increased the prices a lot.
Yeah, I'm guessing things aren't really that cheap to make as well these days. So that's definitely a factor that they have to consider when pricing stuff. But Raidu Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army is coming soon. And they have a collector's edition with the game, obviously, a certificate of authenticity, a statue of Raidu, little cat, apparently called...
Plush. Is that Plush?
Yeah.
Yeah, look how cute
Go
that
to
is.
Doji, perhaps, is the name of the cat. It's a very nice
I wonder if they've used the same like manufacturer for the Shenmue kitten.
Maybe. Looks like it. They have a pin. They have a special soundtrack, steelbook. They have
It's a lot of money,
some art, pre-order DLC bonus, alternate foil cover, and they have a digital Steam code for PC. But it's $250.
Yeah. I would say, only going back a couple of years, that would be $120, in my opinion. Something's drastically changed overnight that I don't know if they're testing the waters to see if people still buy this stuff for that much, but that's a lot of money for one game.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's like, and if you're planning to get this to actually play the game at launch, don't, right?
It's true.
So obviously you'll have to wait I don't know if a long time is the right way to say it, but you'll have to wait a few months at least to get this, because they're accepting pre-orders now. Pre-orders close June 1st. So that's like 2 days from now, more or less, if at the time of recording. But they accept pre-orders, and then they get this stuff made, and then they fulfill the orders in time.
I wonder if that's like sort of part of the sales predictions or whatever they do, like, because obviously a lot of these people that are going to buy this collector's edition are also going to buy the game to play in the meantime, aren't they? So they're essentially double dipping.
Yeah. Repeat sales.
Yeah, because you think back to the Sonic and Shadow Generations collector's edition limited run games did. How many people bought that and waited until it arrived to play the game? I think a lot of people that bought that bought the game as well in the meantime, day one.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an example of something that I did in terms of, so I don't think I've ever bought games specifically from them, apart from one, which was the Sparkster Rocket Knight game for the Switch. That was the only game actually that I think I bought from limited run games. And what I did was I wanted to play the game, but I wasn't really, I need to play this at launch. So I just waited for the game to come to me, to be delivered by them, and then I played it when I received it. If I really wanted to, like, if I was a big Raidu fan and I really wanted to play the game at launch, I would probably have to double dip. I would have to maybe choose like the PC version and buy the Steam version to get it at launch, maybe, and then get a console one, like collector's edition, so I could have it later and play it again, maybe. But and to answer Trinity's question on Discord, it says, how long did it take for your LRG stuff to arrive after you got the shipping notifications? So when they said they would ship it, I got it in maybe a couple of weeks, different country and all. I think that's probably 2 weeks, 3 tops. Didn't take that long. What I'm getting now, and I mentioned it before, is for the Dreamcast stuff, they keep pushing the estimated delivery dates or shipping dates. They keep pushing them forward. I think it's August now for Shenmue stuff, for Sonic Adventure stuff, I believe.
I mean, it doesn't particularly bother me, to be honest, because I'm not... For little merchandise items like that, they can come whenever they come. But I know for a lot of people that actually want to play the games that they're buying from the website, it does feel like at times the physical game to a game these days is like, how can we get an extra sale? Because I do find there's a lot of games that, even thinking like Alan Wake 2, when that was announced and released, they said they weren't going to do a physical, and then about 6 months later, there's a physical now. So they kind of they almost use it as a marketing tool, I feel like, to, you have to buy the game day one digitally because there's not going to be a physical. And then, because there was so much demand, we didn't anticipate there being so much demand, we've now produced a physical, and then they know that the physical collectors end up buying it again.
Don't they anticipate it?
That's why I did the...
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, it's definitely a strategy, a marketing strategy.
I think it
right?
is,
To push more
sure.
sales. They know people, but that's happened before. So like, if they release, there are games like the Yakuza games they've all been released by LRG recently, with and the people are probably like 99%. I'm 99% sure that they're not buying it for the game. They already have the games, the fans, right? And I don't think a person who's never played one of these games is going to get a limited edition or a collector's edition with a lot of merch and pay a lot of money for it. So these re-releases are for people who want to get the merch, and they end up getting a digital code for the game or a physical version of the game. But it's another way to push another sale. So obviously, in terms of software, yeah, for sure.
But Casey, why would they want to do that? All they get is money.
Yeah. Would you imagine that?
Why would you want money?
Why? A company?
I don't get it.
Corporate greed? What's that?
What do you mean?
Yeah, Raidu. Not really something that I'm planning on getting, at least at launch, but something to consider if you're a Persona SMT fan, Atlas fan.
I feel like
SMT, by the way, Shin Megami Tensei.
Just like that now.
Sorry?
Like I feel like there are so many games just like that now. We have Persona, we have Metaphor, and it really seems like that game is in the same world, even if I didn't misunderstand.
Yeah, it's like a Shin Megami Tensei game, yeah. But it's like it's probably what Persona 3 Reload is to Persona 3. They're doing the same with this. This is an older game, Raidu, and they are remastering it. And it looks like it's a very good rework of the original.
It looks beautiful. Like it makes me wonder how the original looked like.
And it's probably got some quality of life improvements to make it play like Metaphor and Persona 3 Reload and stuff. So definitely for people who are into this sort of game and want to play another turn-based RPG, definitely, if they're into this universe, definitely something to consider getting, I think.
It is a good universe. It is a very fun universe.
Yeah. Another universe that is amazing is the Shinobi universe. See what I did there?
Nice segue.
Yeah, see? And so I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. People know I'm excited for Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. I've said this is when they announced the new games, this was the one that I said, oh, this looks really, really good. And it has a lot of potential. And something that made me very excited about it was the team I thought was behind it, and it really is. It's Lizard Cube. Ben Fiquet, the current CEO and creative director of Lizard Cube, is a huge Sega fan. He's been on the show a couple of times before to talk about Wonder Boy and talk about Streets of Rage 4. Great guy. Hope you come back.
Have they done anything else that I might be familiar with?
Streets of Rage 4?
And
Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, the remake of that. They're huge Sega fans, as you can see by the shirts. And so Sega released a couple of videos, like a behind the game video, or two, actually. One focusing on the studio and the art direction, and the other one focusing on the story. And they talk a little bit about what they are going for in terms of like art direction, story, the characters they decided to use or not. And I think they're pretty interesting. So looking forward to this. They have been releasing a lot of like introduction videos to show off the stages of the game. So yeah. Jim, you look very excited about this.
I am really excited for a brand new Shinobi game, and it looks awesome. I love the art style.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the roots as well with the 2D aesthetics, and it just looks like a blast to play. Looks super smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of like, I don't know, the Castlevania game on the Saturn. Like how smooth the movement and the attacks and everything looks. Looks like it's got good impact. Judging from this video I'm watching here, a lot of blood, and you've got that sort of Edo period hand-drawn calligraphy sort of vibe going on with the
Edo period
look and feel. Well, I don't know if that's the right period.
I don't even know what it is. That's why I'm asking.
Just like
Edo,
calligraphy on a
EDO?
scroll.
Yeah, like the dynasty, right? The Edo dynasty. I believe. Am I correct? I think so.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought unless that was an acronym or something, EDO, that stood for something.
Oh no! It is like the Edo period in Japan.
I see.
If you Googled that Edo period calligraphy, you probably get something that looks a little bit like the artwork.
I was trying to come up with something witty as an acronym for EDO, but I can't. Too tired.
Okay, 16 to 1800s, it seems here.
I don't know anything about it, like as such as it's just
That's like the idea of
triggered
it, right?
that thought into yeah.
Like
Tokugawa
the
period
imagery.
is also known as Tokugawa.
Yeah. But definitely something that I'm looking forward to playing. And it looks like a KC game, definitely. I have been playing, or I played through Revenge of Shinobi the other day as well. Unlocked some retro achievements. It's so hard. It's such a hard game. But it's definitely...
This looks cool, like cyberpunky looking.
Yeah, like this is the city stage. Oops, sorry. So it's like Neo City. Yeah, that's the name of this stage.
So not Edo.
Why do you think it's called Neo City?
Not.
What do you think inspired the name?
It's a new city, maybe. It's like, I don't know.
Matrix. Is that what you're trying to suggest, Blime?
Oh, could be.
Nah, I was just thinking that it's a lot of neon lights.
Yeah, that goes back to what we were talking about before we started recording. You were not here, Jim. Yeah, that's a good show. Yeah, that's true. Available August 29th. So we're not going to delve too much more into this, but definitely something that I think that is worth being excited for. And the fact that SEGA is pulling all the stops to promote this, or at least they're sharing a lot of stuff. And it's one of the things that I bummed you out a little bit about Streets of Rage 4, maybe because it was like one of those like licensing out things. They didn't really promote and pull all the weight of their marketing behind Streets of Rage 4, just like they didn't do with Shenmue 3, obviously. And that bummed me out a little bit. It was such a great game that it deserved more love from SEGA themselves. The fact that this is truly a SEGA game and they're promoting it and sharing stuff with people on their social media channels, on their YouTube channel, that makes me happy. And I'm like almost 100% sure this is going to be a great game, because that's how much I trust Lizard Cube. So
you can just tell
it does look awesome. Like it really just comes down to getting the game and get the controller in your hands and feel it for yourself to really see what it is.
For sure. Yep. So that's Shinobi: The Art of Vengeance, coming August to a console or a PC near you.
I was hoping you would add a near you.
Finally, Sonic news. We have a few of those, so let's get through them. Let's go through them as quickly as possible. First up,
we don't go through Sonic news quickly.
Of
what
course
are you
we
talking
do.
about?
Gotta go fast.
Sonic news is
gotta go fast.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So first of all, Sonic Rumble. Remember last time we did one of these episodes and we said, oh, next week, let's get together and play Sonic Rumble and do a special show about this and talk about how we feel about the game and stuff. Like the next day or a couple of days after that, the game got delayed. The global launch got delayed. So they say thanks to your incredible support, we've surpassed 1.4 million pre-registrations. And we decided to delay the launch, the global launch of the game. Yeah.
And on the day where we planned to do the stream, I was like, "Hey, y'all looking forward to the stream today?" And Casey was like, "I don't know how to tell you this."
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm not going to bother you with the details, but they also did something on Discord. So there's a Discord server dedicated to the game, and they did a Q&A thingy on Discord, answering some of people's questions about the game. So you can join the Sonic Rumble Discord server and check it out. People asked, for example, why was the game delayed and why so close to the release date? And they said, as we work toward the May 8th global launch, it became clear that new features like Rumble rankings, crews, and skills were going to fundamentally change how the game plays. We want to make sure Sonic Rumble launches in the best possible state, so we made the tough decision to delay.
I respect and applaud that. It is so much better to just make the game as the best it can be. That's definitely should be prioritized. Even though, like, if you talk financially, I do think that's the right choice.
I would just argue that the way they handled it, like the question asks, why so close to the release date? Maybe it would have been better to just, and I hope they do that this time. Like, don't announce a release date until you're absolutely 100% sure you're going to be able to launch the game on that day. Otherwise,
that makes sense.
Because it's already been delayed once or twice. So people are starting to think this game is not coming out, which definitely SEGA are betting on it. According to their financial results,
I mean, people are playing it, like beta testing it, of course it's going to come out.
Yeah. A couple of questions more that I think are maybe important. Will players who cannot access the game now miss out on exclusive cosmetics and event rewards? Because they have been announcing collabs and special events, right? They say, we know that's a big concern. Many skins, chow, and stickers available now will return after global launch. While we can't guarantee every single item will come back right away, our goal is to give everyone a fair chance to earn or collect them later. Another question, is July 31st the new release date? No, July 31st is just a placeholder used by app stores. We will share the actual release date here on Discord and on our social channels once it's ready.
That's confusing, having a default release date like that.
Yeah.
But it's like common practice, right? To have, I think the first.
I have seen that like in other places as well. It's like, yeah, I know that people do it. My question is that maybe it's probably should not be common practice to do that.
I think they need to add a date. Maybe that's the way.
Which is what I'm questioning. That maybe that should not be the case. Like, I'm sure they have to do it. I'm just questioning that.
Change that.
Yeah.
Don't do
I remember it was like Super Monkey Ball had like a strange date for something, didn't there? Was it the DLC was like 2029 or something weird, and it was like, what?
Yeah, I believe we talked about that. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Yeah, placeholder dates are weird. So don't put too much faith into that. And don't.
I'm gonna add a placeholder line just sitting here.
I have a placeholder.
You're gonna have to talk to play.
There we go.
Casey, how long have you waited to use that on me.
It was so quick as well, like a shortcut.
It's here. Like, yeah.
You had that.
It's here.
You had that for a reason.
That's your place for the older life.
How long?
No.
Until you
I
mentioned
think I've used
that
it before
exact
on one of
phrasing.
our quizzes or
I don't
something.
remember that.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
do not remember that.
I know I was at Team Lime and it was like this picture. And it's still here. I
I
never
see.
deleted it.
I see.
Yeah, so Sonic Rumble. Look forward to it soon, TM? Question mark? Maybe. Before the end of the current fiscal year, which ends March 31st, 2026.
TBD.
TBD. Also, Sonic, the Sonic Chow shorts,
They're so cute.
right? Chow Tales.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've all been compiled into one big YouTube video, which you can now watch. Sonic Presents Chow Tales. People were getting really excited and hoping that at the end of the last episode, Sega would announce some sort of game related Chow thing. That didn't happen. But who knows? Who knows? They're
It's a
acknowledging
very
Chow.
cute little mini series, though. Like,
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Shadow Chow right there. Stealing the apple.
Mischievous.
Look at him. Look at him. So mischievous.
Yeah. So definitely something worth checking out. Yeah. Also, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. As we said before, Sega is hoping to get it out of the door by the end of the current fiscal year. So ending in March 2026. We don't have a specific release date yet, but we have at least two things. One of them, Sega put out the history of Sonic Racing video by Sam Procrastinates, which you can watch
video.
now. We're gonna
Kudos.
look.
Congratulations, Sam.
Yeah, we're
That's
gonna
amazing.
link to it. Sam, former guest on this show as well, and he did put together a little history of the genre, of the racing genre, Sonic racing genre. As you can see, going back to Sonic Drift and beyond. And another thing that we know is coming to the game are some new stages, right? So, Lime, you added this to the list. Would you like to talk a little bit about it?
Yes. So they introduced two new stages based on Sonic Unleashed, Apotos and Holaska. The ice stage, and then like the first stage, like this little, I think, Greece inspired.
Yeah.
And then from a Sonic Riders game, White Cave, they introduced, like, I thought that it was like the dinosaur stage again from Sonic and the Secret Rings, but it turns out that it is White Cave from a Sonic Riders game. I don't know exactly which. And they are also remaking Starlight Carnival for this one. At least it looks different, but it's the same kind of environment from Sonic Colors. This is Alaska right here. So yeah, like, it looks awesome. I heard a little music from these as well, and they sound absolutely awesome. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Good.
Look amazing as well.
So hype levels for this right now.
I mean, I am hyped for it. I'm very much looking forward to it, to try it and see.
Yeah,
I'm definitely looking forward to learning the game mechanics, so I can feel comfortable with that. Because like the flying still kind of confuses me about how that works. But I never got through the tutorial. It was just a beta test, just like checking how the network works. So that's going to be expected, I think.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. What about you, Jim? Excited?
Yeah, fairly excited. I mean, it's kind of fallen off my radar a little bit, to be honest, since that beta test. But seeing that footage then, that's really cool. And I hope that the planning to add a huge amount of tracks, because wasn't one of the things you guys talked about when you were playing the beta line was like, it kept replaying the same parts of the stages because obviously there's only a few stages, I suppose, in the beta. But if there's loads, and every time you do a lap and it changes into another stage, if there's a huge pool of stages, then actually that ends up being a good mechanic then because it keeps everything fresh all the time.
Yeah. And speaking of, we saw a lot more about the what do they call it? Like the free, like the board vehicle. Like you stand on a little hoverboard. I don't remember what they're called.
Yeah, from Riders,
right?
The Extreme Gears.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Right, Extreme Gear. Yeah, so we saw a little bit of that as well in that video, and it looked cool. You can customize it and everything. So
Definitely. Yeah.
Looking forward to trying how that feels.
I think it's nice that they're not going for a summer release date, because let Mario Kart World let the hype for that cool off a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's better to let people enjoy that and talk about that for a few weeks and months, and maybe release it later this year, perhaps. If
they're going to get compared, aren't they?
Obviously.
Like Mario Kart World looks amazing as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that as well.
I'm very much looking forward to trying that out next week if I do actually get it. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get the console.
Yeah, I have pre-ordered it.
I have a pre-order as well, and hopefully
I just can't really, everything can still go wrong.
Yeah,
I feel. So
don't get too excited. Maybe there's a delay or something, and so at least
I'm just being realistic.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm excited, but try not to get too excited for it. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to enjoying Mario Kart World first, get it out of my system, and then go with a fresh perspective into Sonic Racing Crossworlds. And I think it's good that they're not really promoting this game too much at this stage. Let Mario Kart World take the spotlight now. Don't push a lot of new information and promote other stuff like the ones that we're talking about next. And then next month or August or something, maybe announce the release date, and I think that's smart.
Agreed.
Okay. And so another thing that we wanted to cover is this year's campaign. So last year was the year of Shadow, Fearless, the year of Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah. This year, the year before that was Fast Friends Forever, right? Yes. Okay. This year, Racing Around the World is the Sonic campaign that they launched, and they're using it to promote a lot of collabs and stuff and more merch, I'm sure. So if you go to the website, you'll find the trailer, you'll find the About section. Join us in 2025 for an exciting celebration of racing around the world, dedicated to fans everywhere. Together, we'll set the pace, fuel our passion for speed, and accelerate the competition. It's a thrilling, high-octane ride filled with countless adventures and electrifying moments throughout the year. Buckle up and be sure to check out the news section below for updates as the Racing Around the World campaign unfolds.
Oh, yes.
Unfolds.
Loads of puns.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, last year, I took some inspiration from the fearless year of Shadow and conquered, or at least challenged my fear of flying, and went to London. And so, racing around the world, what do I do this? What do I do this time?
Get on a plane again and go around the world.
Go to Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that would definitely be. I do want to visit, as I said, London again. Hopefully visit the Sega office there if I can. I do want to meet a lot of the friends that I've met through streaming and Twitch. So there are, indeed, it's there are places around the world that I would like to go to. I would love to go to Portugal. I would love to go to America. I would love to go to
Stoke.
other countries as well. Sorry?
I was just
Stoke.
making a joke. Stoke.
I heard soup. That's what I heard.
That's needed if you want to have energy to race around the world, I guess. Soup. A nice bowl of soup. And Sega and Red Bull kicked off this campaign with an announcement. They have actually. We should show the trailer, which is more exciting than just this still image that shows absolutely nothing. So they show this awesome trailer. Brendan Semenuk, I believe. No, that's not the right. What happened here?
There was a YouTuber who was reading something, and like that name got mentioned, and that YouTuber absolutely refused to read that person's name.
Okay, but anyway, so I'm having issues sharing the trailer here, but we'll definitely share the link here, and it's like it's they just announced that they're going to be sponsoring, apparently, like collaborating with Red Bull, and whatever this means for like gamers, probably nothing. It's just like a sort of a brand recognition thing that they're going for, I'm sure. There's also a collab with Asphalt Legends Unite, which I actually played, but I don't think I'm having some issues with the screen sharing feature here, so I don't think I can show it to you.
I did download that actually last night, and I meant to go on and just check how much that they're probably charging for that Sonic DLC.
No, they're not charging anything.
It's free.
There are events in the game, and you can just try out the events and see what happens. Basically,
awesome. Okay,
that's the idea here. So
the trailer looked cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Very arcadey type of racer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, like I say, I looked on the PSN store, and the game was free. And then I noticed like below that it was like, I don't know, some sort of currency that they were trying to sell you, like £120 for like 12K's worth of gems or something. So
okay,
I was just assuming that Sonic would cost something, but
yeah. So you can. This is like a free to play game, right? Racing game,
this
and
game
you
looks
can.
Very fun. I've never seen this.
It does. It does. This is. I had played one of these games at least before. This one seems like to be more on rails. So there's a mode that is like on by default, which is like touch something. Touch drive. It's there. Touch drive. It says there on the bottom, on the top left.
Oh yeah.
Touch drive means you don't control the direction, so you don't steer the vehicle, don't steer the car. You just choose between options. So if you see like the center of the screen, like the top, there's a bar that's like your boost bar, but below there sometimes you see a couple of options or 3 options. Like right. Now you can choose. Those are your different routes. You can go left, middle, right, and depending on what you choose, maybe you'll find a ramp on the left, and you can just like do some tricks and get some boost. And that's the extent of control that you have. Other than that, you have a boost button, you have a trick button, like a drift button. You can use it to attack other like drivers, other cars. And basically it's like very on railsy, but you don't really need to pay money if you don't want to. So there's like always that like cooldown period between, like if you play 10 races, you have to wait a little bit to play again. If you don't want to wait money, obviously, you can try the Sonic stages, these Sonic challenges for free. And
can you turn that touch drive off, like and actually drive?
So from what I could see, the touch drive off is just it's like motion controls, and I was playing this on my iPad, and I didn't really want to do it. play it like this. So I decided to leave it on. I'm not sure if I'm missing something. This specific challenge is collect rings, right? So the more rings you collect, the more you can play. There's always a timer countdown, and when you collect
right,
rings,
yeah.
the timer goes up a little bit. So the idea is to collect as many rings as you can in succession before time runs out, and you can keep playing, and your score gets a boost and stuff. And then you unlock rewards. The more you play, the more rewards you unlock. And as you can see, the car is like a Sonic themed car, like the decal is Sonic themed. There's a Shadow one. I believe there's an Eggman and a Tails one. And you unlock, the first thing I unlocked was a free Chow decal for any car that I want to use it on, customize it with. So from my cars from the game. What I had to do to unlock this was to play through the career mode and unlock a certain number of flags, which you get by playing it each stage. So the more you play, the more flags you unlock. So I think I had to play till I unlocked like 25 flags. And then I could unlock taking part in the Sonic challenge. It's fun. It's not really that. It's an arcade racing game, which I like, but it's not that deep. As I said, I don't know if it's me, if I need to unlock something, if I need to go to the options and change something, but I don't think you have the level of control that I wished you have. Like you could steer the vehicle, the car, but it's fun. Like for short bursts of like arcadey fun, it's cool. Yeah.
It looks, as I said, fun.
And it looks good. And it's available on Game Pass and like PS5 and on the App Store. This is iPad footage. Yeah. So yeah, I recorded this earlier today, so I could show it off here.
Oh, this is you playing. Awesome.
It's me playing. That's why it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah, because no, I was thinking like it looked professional, and so my mind was like, this can't be KC's gameplay. Yeah,
thank you for that. I think I don't know whether to thank you or to say, "Damn you, Lime." I don't know.
So either good, way. We thought it was a trailer.
That can't possibly be KC playing. Okay, so that's all for Sonic, or is it? So the last bit of news that we wanted to cover, and this I'll turn it over to you, Jim, because you're our expert. You're our FiGGYZ expert.
So there's going to be a new product releasing literally next week. So if you've not heard of these are called FiGGYZ, and they are sort of a magnet figure, like a 2D pixel art. They come on a metal backing plate, so hence you get your magnets out, and the backing plate's actually like double-sided with different images, depending on what product you buy. So currently, Wave 1, which is launching, as Casey's got on the screen there, in 8 days' time, as of recording. Some of the SEGA IP that you probably want to look out for if you're interested in these figures are Sonic, Metaphor Refantasia, Persona, and of course Shenmue, which is what I'm excited about. And I've actually got some samples of Shenmue if you guys want a little bit of a sneak peek.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, I'll show you now. So
should I? Let's go.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So this is how they actually look, and they're really cool. They come with like a little stand. And as you can see, I've got him quite low actually, which I quite like actually. It looks like he's sort of standing on the surface.
They even put thought into the background.
And there are two backgrounds, right? Or
so there is. So it's double-sided, this thing. So obviously you've got, for Rio, he's got the Game U arcade, and on the reverse is the Phoenix Mirror. And so you can pick and choose where you want to place him, what sort of background you'd like him on. I have to do this mirrored. But really cool, and part of So Alex has been talking about this from First for Figures. This is sort of his baby, I think. Sort of like a sister company to First for Figures. So if you've ever bought any product from First for Figures, you know the level of quality that you're going to get from these things. And as you can see, it's a really cool designed item, relatively cheap. I think they're only about $10 per figure. Probably the size of a Coke can, I think, is the reference there.
Yeah.
So decent sized, nice little drop shadow effect from how the character protrudes.
Yeah.
I can show you some of the box. So I don't know if this is the packaging they're going to come in, but essentially this is the product box.
Yeah.
Reminded me like if you ever bought a phone case from like Apple or something like that.
Yeah.
It appears. And there's 4 Shenmue ones. We've got Shenhua, Ren, which is really cool. He's on Dragon Street.
Excellent.
We should get sponsored.
And there's Landy on the Shenmue 3. Landy room, which is really cool to see.
Yeah.
And one of the neat little things that they've got going is if you see the way that the characters are facing, so they've got the sort of anti-heroes facing to the left or right.
Oh.
I don't know how this magnet is. And the heroes facing the other way, so you can have this sort of Shenhua versus Landy thing going on. I guess what you'd want is pick up the right ones, the right figures.
Yeah, the other way around. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So they're facing each other for a bit of a battle sort of scene, and they all come with these little adhesive strips, so you could like put them on your wall if you wanted to. Display them where you want. Like I say, they come with stands if you just want them on a shelf or on your desk, or you can even just put the figure directly onto a fridge or a metal surface. So, yeah, quite a unique item, I think. I've not seen anything like this before. And Alex is sort of suggesting that because of the cost to produce these, it allows them to essentially do more with different IPs. So they're going to be doing a lot of, quite niche stuff, which is why we got Shenmue ones, which is really cool. They can take a lot of risks. And he's also said, if there's any game series or something that you want represented as a figgy, let me know, and they'll see if they can actually do it, because they're very willing to take risks.
You know what I'm going to say. You know what I would say.
What would you want, Lime?
I think there already is, if I'm not mistaken, but from the Sonic series, definitely. I would love a Tails one. Did I not see that?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I saw.
Yes.
Yeah. So KP, I'll take a Tails one. Thank you very much.
Okay. Writing down. Yeah.
The Sonic line. There is quite a lot of Sonic ones releasing day one. I think there's maybe 5 or 6 Sonic ones. And what you might find with a lot of them is like the backgrounds actually merge together as one complete art piece. So if you bought the full set, you could make a really cool full-on display.
Yeah. And another cool thing about this is that they're going to release an app.
Yep.
Right. Which
Sonic
you can use to
see
track.
That Sonic. It's so cute. They are very well made. These.
How heavy are them? By the way,
hashtag not sponsored.
So the actual figure, obviously, it's kind of just rubber, quite firm, hard sort of rubber. So I don't know if you can see that.
Okay. Yeah.
Bend to it.
Bendy.
But the actual metal plate is heavier than I was expecting. It's got some weight to it. But me and Matt unboxed these, and these are video releasing on Saturday of us unboxing these. We were saying how specifically perfect the magnets are. So as you can see there with Ren, he doesn't move. It's the right strength of magnet, but you can just pull him off so easy.
Does it snap into place, like a specific place? Okay, you put it
no, the whole plate is magnetic, right?
Okay.
Metallic, I guess.
Okay, there we go.
Like I say, the magnets aren't very strong in the sense that it's difficult to do stuff with them. You can pull it off so easy.
Lime,
they're strong enough to
Tails.
Ooh, that's Tails.
Oh, that's so cute. I want that. Give me that.
So they've definitely
Casey,
perfected.
I'm expecting one to arrive.
Yeah, I'll take your order.
Yeah, cool.
Like a coffee order.
Yeah.
Tails.
Sure. One thing that I found interesting. So Alex has been sharing some videos on Instagram and stuff, and what he said was people love like the first four figures statues, which they're premium priced as well, though. So not many people can afford or can justify getting them, spending so much money on that. But this is a way to like support your hobby and your like favorite characters and whatever, and get things that look good quality. And I think they do really look good and not break the bank. By the way, shout out to Titan Street, Project Phoenix Productions. Welcome. He says, I'll take a Neo Metal Sonic or an Infinite one. Okay. Yeah. I wonder why you'd get an Infinite one. It's not like you could like Sonic Forces or anything, Pete. No.
Yeah. But picking up on your point there, Casey, Alex has said, like, if these sell out rapid, for example, or, better than they were expecting, then they can then take that sales data and produce an actual first figures figure of that character.
Okay.
So that's why they're happy to take risks on these little characters, because they kind of just testing the waters. They don't really know how popular these products might be, or these characters. So if they've actually got the sales data, and we're actively promoting these Shenmue ones, and hopefully we can get these Shenmue ones sold out to get like a second wave of these, but then potentially like an actual statue for say a Ren in the future. That's like direct from the horse's mouth. So if you've ever wanted to support a product to lead to more products, this is the line of merch that you probably should be looking into if you're interested.
Portal ones.
Like a little companion cube.
Yes.
GLaDOS.
Yes.
Space Core. Space.
Or just like the orange and blue portal.
Like the portals themselves, right?
Yeah, themselves.
Place on different sides. And that's a good idea.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah, I think it's easier, definitely easier to get licensing deals with this than first four figure statues, right? It's an affordable, easy to make, probably easy to distribute. Yeah.
And Alex has been showing these off at that Las Vegas Expo just recently, the licensing expo, and I can say just from these sample products alone, the quality and how good they look and feel, like I'm not surprised he's probably picked up a few new people to get on board with. I think he did say he just picked up the Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever it's called line. He's been showing them the product, and they're interested in doing a line of merch figures like that. So it's got really good potential. Really pleased. For sure. Yeah. So look forward to that. On 4th of June.
Yes. So next week.
But sign up early. I think you can get a day's early access. So if you sign up to, forget the full name of the website.
Join.FiGGYZ.com.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the website.
If you join FiGGYZ today, you can get early access. Yes.
Yeah, it's like it's the FiGGYZ World, I believe.
Yeah, FiGGYZ World. It's sort of like a social media platform in a sense.
And then really there's going to be the app as well to help you like track down everything that you have and like unlock rewards and stuff.
It's like a QR code on the back of the figure.
Yeah,
you're supposed to scan, and then it adds this character to your app. It's almost like a virtual checklist.
And then you add like an NFC reader so that it can work as an amiibo for Nintendo products.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, all the possibilities. So we're not like trying to make you buy anything, but if you're gonna buy between this and limited run games, I mean, right. So if you're complaining about the price of LRG stuff, this one, buy the Shenmue stuff so we can get more Shenmue merch, though. Please, please help us out there, even if you're not really into Shenmue. Why not?
If you don't want to buy one for yourself, you can buy one for me.
Yeah, there we go. So buy one, you don't like it, ship it to Lime.
Yeah.
Let's get sweaty.
I will not be reimbursing you. I'm expecting one for free.
Okay. Hear that, Alex? Okay, so guys, that's it. That's it for all of our news. By the way, for people watching/listening, apologies for the slight technical issues we had throughout the show. If you didn't notice, cool stuff. If you did, we apologize. But if you missed anything, you can just check out the video that's coming out in a couple of hours. I'll be editing this and putting it out in a little bit. So do check it out. Guys, thank you for joining me for another one of our massive news roundups. So where can people find you? Liam, let's start with you.
Mostly, primarily on Twitch, Lime Reversed. I play through different games, variety games. I've been focusing on Sonic. Lately, I've been exploring a little bit with other franchises. Right now, lately, it's been Zelda and Mega Man. Got to continue with Zelda. I've played through like Ocarina of Time, like the 3DS version, put it on like my bigger 3D TV and sat there with 3D glasses and experienced one of my favorite Zelda games in high definition 3D remastered glory, and it was amazing.
Nice. High definition 3D remastered glory. I like that.
Yes, it was amazing.
Sounds like a game title these days.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's also Lime Reversed on Blue Sky and YouTube as well.
Excellent. Yeah. James, what about you?
Cool. Yeah. Well, you can find me mainly on shemudojo.com or on the Shemu Dojo VOD YouTube channel. We've got some good stuff just been released, actually. We did an interview with a guy called Chase, who used to be one of he was the media relations director for the Dreamcast launch in the USA. Some really great, insightful information from Chase, some nice stories from those times, some fun events that they did. They did a Jet Set Radio event back then where they were promoting graffiti art in a sense. A really enjoyable interview. Definitely check that out. That's one video I'd recommend. I chat to Chase. And then, other than that, you can find me specifically at SkillJim, mainly on Twitter. That's about it.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I also recommend that interview. I also recommend the latest episode of the Dreamcast Junkyard Stream Pod. They interviewed, can't remember his name right now, but the guy that was producer and executive producer on a lot of Dreamcast games and beyond, and he's now like the co-CEO of Argonaut Games, which released or is releasing the Croc remastered version. So he has a lot of experience, and he sang the praises of the Dreamcast and all the games he worked on back in the day. So really cool interview as well. Really cool listen. As
Mike
for
Harkin?
yeah, sure. Probably Mike something, yes, for sure.
Harkin, yeah.
I was listening to it earlier today.
Yeah, backlog.
So definitely a good listen as well, recommended. As for the SEGA Lounge, we're always here, and you can follow us wherever, mostly Blue Sky, thesegalounge.com, right below, yeah. Follow us on your podcast platform of choice, terraplayer.com as well, our good friends over at TerraPlayer. And if you're watching this on YouTube, why not leave us a like and subscribe to the channel, and check out on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, which I don't really talk about too much, but I also post the short videos there. We have a series of short videos.
I've seen some of them
30
on
seconds
YouTube.
of SEGA education. They're
that's
all
awesome.
30 seconds long, 2 a week, based mostly on SEGA Launch Challenge questions. And maybe you'll learn something new. And maybe if somehow you're thinking of coming on the show and taking part on a challenge, if you've been invited by me to be on the show for a SEGA Launch Challenge, maybe some of those videos will help you to answer some questions. It has happened before. So check them out. But other than that, we'll be back next week with another episode, a regular episode of the Sega Lounge. More to come in the future. Thank you for listening to this old Sega fan for 11 years straight.
Oh, that's amazing. Indeed.
Thank you very much, you guys, for joining me for this sort of anniversary edition of the show. And I hope everyone has a great week. We'll be back next week. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.